In this video, I'm going to show you how to file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to improve the results that you get during your credit repair disputing. Let's begin. All right, here we are on the CFPB website. Like I said, CFPB is an acronym for Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So this is what you're going to see when you get over to the website. And this is the landing page you're going to get to so that you can begin to file your complaint on behalf of your credit repair disputes. So the name of the website is going to be consumerfinance.gov, right? Consumerfinance.gov. You see it up here at the top of the page. So it's very simple what you're going to do. Once you type in consumerfinance.gov, you're going to get brought over to a page like this. As soon as you get here, you're going to go to towards the upper right hand corner where you see submit a complaint, and you're going to click that so that you can start formulating your complaint based on your credit repair disputes that you've been filing. And you're going to scroll down here where it says ready to begin. You're going to click on this blue button that says start a new complaint. So now once you click on this blue button, the first thing that you're going to do, and this is actually something new that the CFPB incorporated a couple months ago, because credit repair company owners like myself would use the CFPB for our clients. And this is something that they've done, I think, to slow a lot of us down. So whether you're disputing on your behalf or on your client's behalf, if you're disputing on your own behalf, you could just use your own email. If you're disputing on your client's behalf and you have them in some type of CRM, you could just use the email that you have on file for them to create a profile with the CFPB and just let them know in advance, like, hey, I'm going to be filing complaints to the CFPB. It's going to increase your chances of getting results, and they should be more than fine with it, right? But if this isn't your first rodeo, then you know that you won't have to fill this out. Instead, you'll come over right here where it says already have an account. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using a dummy email. So I already created it before I recorded this video. So I'm going to come over here to where it says already have an account. And it's going to let me log in here now. Yeah, we're going to come over here to where it says Mr. Adams 2142. That's the name of the email that I'm using. So I'm just going to log in here. The name of the person that I'm going to be using an alias, basically, just so that I can walk through it with you guys. The alias is Adam Adams. That's Adam Adams. So once you log in, or once you create your login information, you're going to get brought over to a page like this that says submit a complaint. So there's a 5-step process that you need to follow in order to submit a complaint with the CFPB, right? The first step is going to be, they're going to be asking you, what's this complaint about? Now, when you get here, you're going to see several options under this thing that says choose a product or service that best matches your complaint. You're going to click credit reporting, credit repair services, or other personal credit reports, right? That's what your complaint is going to be about. Then from there, once you click on that, you're going to scroll down here and it's going to ask you a question talking about what type of credit reporting product. You're going to say credit repair services, other personal consumer report. You're going to come to the very last option that says credit reporting. And then from there, you're going to click next to get over to step number 2. Now, step number 2 and step number 3 are probably the most demanding parts of this process. And demanding is really an overstatement because it's really not demanding at all. But compared to the rest of the process, this is probably where you're going to have to do, well, you'll see. But step number 2, now once you get here, they're going to ask you what type of problem are you having based on your credit reporting, right? And you're going to get these 6 options that are presented to you. Now, depending on what it is that you're looking to file a complaint with the CFPB, what I'm going to suggest may not necessarily be what you have, right? Maybe you have a problem getting access to your credit report or your credit score. Maybe you have some identity theft issues, right? Maybe somebody stole your identity and put a bunch of stuff on your credit report. Maybe this might be a situation. Or maybe you have an issue with fraud alerts, right? But I'm just going to show you guys what I usually do for my disputes and even disputes that I do within my company so that you could do the same. So you're going to come over here to where you see these 3 items. And these 3 bubbles are going to be the bubbles that you're more likely, or the 3 options, excuse me, that you're more than likely going to choose between when it comes to filing your complaint, right? It's either going to be incorrect information on your report, problem with a credit reporting company's investigation into an existing problem, or improper use of your credit report, right? Now, if you click on each one, you'll see that it'll open up several options for you, right? So for example, when you click on incorrect information on your report, you'll come down here and it's going to say, is it what best describes your problem? Is it information that belongs to someone else? Information is missing on someone's report, account information incorrect, public record information incorrect, inaccurate, excuse me, right? So you're going to decide from there if one of those best fits you. The next option is going to be problem with the credit reporting company's investigation into an existing problem, right? So which best describes your problem? Is it the investigation took more than 30 days, was not notified of investigation result, investigation did not fix an error, or is an improper use of your credit report, right? Reporting company use your credit report improperly. Report provided employer without written authorization. You're gonna look through these options and see which one best fits you. Now, for myself, if I'm in my first round of disputes that I'm sending out, I usually go with improper use of report, and then I click reporting company use my report improperly. If I'm in doing any other round after that, especially with what's going on right now within the credit repair world, a lot of these credit reporting agents, and this may be a problem that most of you are dealing with, maybe you're on like round 2, 3, 4, and you haven't been getting either you haven't heard back from the credit reporting agencies, or they said they did a reinvestigation and investigation or reinvestigation and it came back as verified. Then more than likely, if you're on any round after round 1, this is most likely going to be the option you want to go with, which is problem with the credit reporting company's investigation into an existing problem, right? And then from there, you would most likely click on this option right here, which is their investigation did not fix an error on your report. Because if you get any correspondence back from the credit reporting agencies, they're going to say that they're going to conduct an investigation. And if it comes back as verified, whether it's round 2, 3, 4, whatever, maybe this may be your option, or maybe, right? You won't get you're on round 2 or round 3, you didn't get a notification or update as it pertains to the status of your investigation, right? Whenever you send a dispute to the credit reporting agencies, they're supposed to notate your file to show that that account is currently being investigated into, right? So little things like that, if you don't see that on your credit report, then maybe this may be an option that you decide to go with. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna file this complaint as if this is my very first round. So I'm gonna come over here to where it says improper use of your report, and then reporting company is using your report improperly, right? And then I'm gonna continue on from there. Then it's gonna ask, have you already tried to fix the problem with the company? I'm gonna click yes, then click next. Now, once you get to step 3, they're going to give you 2 open-ended sections where they're going to ask you what happened, and they're going to ask you what would be a fair resolution to this issue. Now, typically here is where you would put what's called a personal statement explaining the reason for your complaint. Now, this is very variable. Sometimes what people do here is they'll take a blurb from the credit repair dispute letters they've been sending out, copy and paste it here. Other times people will create their own personal statements based off of the letter that they're putting together, right? Kind of like a summarization of the letter. Sometimes people will copy the entire letter and just paste it here. So it's entirely up to you. Typically myself, what I do, I usually have certain personal statements that I have already based off of the round of the letter that I'm on, and then I copy and paste it here. So I'll show you too, right? So here are some of the reasons that I usually use. So the first one is, recently I did an investigation on my report, caused severe depression, and found it unverifiable and invalidated, inaccurate, and questionable items. Your agency didn't make sure I was reporting 100% accurate. In accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, everything has to be 100% accurate on my credit report. And under 15 US, blah, 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 these accounts are in violation, not reporting accurate. So if I'm disputing, from round 1, like I'm doing through this complaint, this is usually the complaint that I will go with. So I come over here, copy and paste that, boom. And then that's pretty much it, right? But I would reword it, and I'm not going to take time to do it now, but I would reword it to make it sound like I'm speaking directly to this. Like the way this is worded, it's worded as if I'm speaking at the credit reporting agencies. You want to reword this to make it sound like you're speaking at the CFPB about the credit reporting agencies, right? So that's, you would put together a public statement, personal statement based off of what you're disputing on and what letter you've been using, or you're getting ready to use, in regards to your credit repair disputing. You're not going to click this box over here because it's basically saying like, hey, are you giving the permission for them to publicize this, complaint that you've made? And it's like, no, you definitely don't want to do that. But then come over here. What would be a fair resolution to the issue? So typically the resolution I choose is this right here, right? So as a consumer by law, my credit report must be made 100% accurate immediately by the CRA, updating and or deleting accounts listed in my dispute letters attached. So you'll come back over here. Put that in here, right? And then you're going to click a select a file to upload. And then from there, typically what I do, we're going to use you put in your credit repair letter, right? You put your credit repair letter in there, and then also the other things that you want to attach as well along with your credit repair letter once you get down here. Because you don't have to, but it's recommended that you do. You want to attach the letter that you're getting ready to send out, or you already sent it out, along with your proof of ID and also maybe a proof of address as well, just because you want to make sure that when the credit reporting agencies respond to this complaint, they don't say, hey, we don't think that this is coming from you. We think it's coming from a credit reporting company, right? So you want to make sure you put those things in here, right? So you want to put the letter, you want to put the attachments and everything else, and you'll be good to go, right? And then from there, it's pretty much straightforward. So you go over to the next section, and then now they're going to ask you which company is this complaint about. So now, based off of, if you're disputing on multiple different accounts, right, you're more than likely going to involve all three credit reporting agencies, right? So that means you're going to be sending a complaint to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So we're going to take time to include all of them in these disputes. So we're going to come over here, we're going to say Experian, and they're going to ask you for your social, date of birth, and your name, right? So social, we're going to say 1111, 1111, 1980, Adams. Then we're going to ask a complaint about another company, yes. And then we're just going to put the other two credit reporting agencies, right? So TransUnion, yes, they're going to ask you, have you already tried to fix the problem with the company? You're going to click yes. Social, name, date of birth, 1111, 1111, 1980, Adams. And then Equifax is the last one, right? Equifax is the last one. Yes. Social, name, date of birth, 1111, 1980, Adams. And you click next, and then from there it's going to bring you over to another page where it's going to ask you information like give me a second here. Your address line. So they're just going to say something like 1, 2. So now, obviously, if you have a middle name, once again, if you do have a middle name, it's recommended that you do put your middle name in there because you want to provide as much information as possible so that the credit reporting agencies don't come back and say, well, you're not really who you say that you are, right? Because I'm going to let it be known now, the credit reporting agencies will use anything under the sun to say, you know, this item is staying on your credit report or you're not really who you say that you are. So if you have a middle name, put your middle name, put your address, put as much information as you can so that they can't deny you. So for the address, 123 Main Road, City, I'm gonna say Brooklyn, New York, 11210. Email, they already have the email. They're gonna ask for your age. You don't have to put your age. Service member status, you don't have to put that. Excuse me. Household size, you don't have to put that. Combined annual household income, you don't have to put that. Then you come over to review. Now from here, it's basically just going to give a breakdown of everything it is that you put in the up into the complaint up until this point. So you see here the product, credit reporting, what type of issue, improper use of your credit report, what happened, your personal information that you put, fair resolution. You put all that here. We put our credit reporting, credit repair letter. By the way, if you want to see what we put on the credit repair letter, I'll show you guys right now. Yeah, we can let them. I want the people to see what I told the credit reporting agencies. Let me let the people see. Let me let the people see what I told the credit reporting agencies. I ain't scared. Show up. Give me a second. I want you guys to see this. You guys need to see this. Give me a second. It's about to pop up right now. Where is it? Yeah, here you go, right here. There you go. This is what we let. This was going to the credit reporting agencies. We gotta let them know it's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a gimmick over here. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Right. So then from there, we have all the information. It's going to all these credit reporting agencies. Excuse me. Got your information here. It's gonna ask, I authorize any and direct any consumer reporting agency to furnish a copy of my consumer report to the CFPB for the purpose of responding to. For the purpose of responding and investigating my consumer complaint, yes. This information is given to be true to the best of my knowledge and belief. I understand that CFPB can act as my lawyer, a court of law, or financial advisor, yes. Then you're going to submit your complaint. Now, when your complaint gets submitted, there are times where, and you're going to see it's going to bring us over to another page. Wait for it. Now, If you notice here, it says that ID for complaint sent to Experian. But remember, we sent it to the 2 other credit reporting agencies. So whenever this happens, all you're gonna do is go back, because this can happen from time to time, and then you're just gonna resubmit it, because that can't happen, because it's supposed to show all 3 at the same time. And usually whenever that happens, it's just a glitch. You just gotta go back and submit the complaint again, or refresh the page, one or the other. There you go. So I'm actually happy that happened while I was processing for you guys. So if you ever file a complaint and you see it's only showing 1 credit reporting agency or just 2, it's supposed to show all 3. So whenever that happens, don't be alarmed. You don't have to do the entire thing all over again. You're just gonna press back, and then you're gonna press forward, and then it'll reprocess for the others. So we wait until these are finished processing. And then that's pretty much it. Just give it a second, wait for it to process. Wait for it to process, wait for it to process, boom. And then from there, once you file complaints here, you should get an update in your email address. We're gonna open a quick, we're gonna open the email for my guy, Adam Adams, to make sure that, oh, okay, cool. Mr. Adams. No, Mr. Adams, 2142. Put in that password. As soon as you file the complaint, you should get something in your email from the CFPB basically showing. So you see here, and this will basically be your confirmation that your complaints were sent to all 3 credit reporting agencies. And then now you just wait. You play the waiting game until they follow up with you. And then you're good to go from there. But that's all for this video. Like and subscribe for more. Peace.